Well, my friends, welcome to my collaboration with Panda Hall. Can't wait to show you how I made this adorable cow-themed tassel with the goodies that I received from Panda Hall. In this video, I will be showcasing the beads and the fabric that I received. I will be sure to put the links in my description box as well as a coupon code for you. Welcome to Tassel Tuesday. Today I am going to create a tassel to coordinate with a journal that I am making. It's a custom journal. What I've already done is torn some fabric that I am using in the journal. I tore one strip of black and white gingham fabric, and then you can see on my desk I have a variety of these wonderful Temu beads. They are white, black, pink, pink with polka dots, black with polka dots, and pink and black with a cow pattern. And then over here you can see these cute little cow faces. So we're going to try to work those in as well. I also want to go ahead and pick some fabrics that I can tear to use for the tassel. So I'm going to want to coordinate with the colors that are on my table right now. I see this one right here, which is absolutely stunning. So let's go ahead and choose that. Friends, I think we have to choose this one as well. And how about this one? I think these are going to look really nice together. I wanted to mention to you that they sent me an after service card. If you have any issues with your order, you can follow the instructions on this card. But I will say that I have not had any issues with my orders. All right, my friends, the next thing we need to do is shred these the same way that we did this. So in order to do that, I'll just take them and snip them about an inch down. I could definitely get 3 out of this, but let me see if I can get 4 out of it. Yep, we got it, no problem. This one's bigger than these two, and it really doesn't matter. And then you're just gonna tear. Once you do that, you're gonna go ahead and pull any loose fibers off the edge, and usually you're gonna get about 3 off of each side, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you back here when I'm all done. All right, my friends, I have all the fabric torn. I removed the, little edges where the fray is. And what I'm gonna do now, my friends, is I'm gonna take these and lay these out. And they're, I almost could gather them the way they are. And I almost wonder if I should, just simply to keep it unpredictable. Maybe move this black one over here. I usually do a crisscross pattern, but there's a lot of movement in here, so maybe I'm good. Let me see what happens when I gather it like this. Oops, there was a bead in there. Actually, it's going to be pretty good and fluffy. This one, since it's the only one like this, I may go ahead and use this to tie around the edge. This is going to be a puff top tassel, in case any of you were curious. Let's go ahead and pull this one out. We'll use that for the tying. And I'm going to go ahead and grab a small lobster claw clasp for this. A lot of people ask how long to make the strips of fabric. I would say at least 12 inches long, because you take that 12 inches and you fold it in half, and then you're gonna have 6 inches. Then you have your little puff top part and all of that. So it makes the tassel-y part be a little bit shorter than that, okay? But you can make tassels any size. Just remember that when you fold that fabric or trim, or yarn, whatever you're using, because you can use just about anything, once you fold that in half, then you're halving the size of whatever it was that you have ready to go. All right, my friends, so you might be asking yourself, how in the world is she going to get all this fabric into this little thing? So what I do is take this and spin this around. Hold on, I need to even a few of these out here. Okay, I'll take this and spin this around like this, sort of twisting it. When you twist it, it makes it much smaller, and they gather sort of within themselves, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and start by pushing this through. Let me get this one out of the way. And then once you get it going, you should be good to go. Yep, look at that. Isn't that great? And then pull that about halfway through. We're going to check that.
Now, I have a few long ones here, but I think some of my strips were longer than others. But I'm going to go ahead. Now is the time to, take a look at that. Really what I like to do is look to see if I have any short ones. And if I have any short ones, then I'll pull on them and even them out. So I'm just going to go through real quick and double check on that. All right, my friends, this is looking so super cute so far. So let's go ahead and get this prepared for tying. And real quick before I do, I'm just pulling any of the loose threads off the edge that I see. Doing that now so I don't have to deal with it later. I will have to deal with some later. That's just the way it goes when you use fabric for your tassels. And why do I like to use fabric for my tassels? Well, I like to use them because I love a puffy tassel. Now, some people might prefer a little bit more of a streamlined tassel, and that is fine. And so you might want to use trim instead, satin ribbon, things like that. But for a puffy tassel, it's my opinion that fabric really helps make it puffy. Now, you can get a puffy tassel using other trims, but then you have to use a lot of that trim, and that's no problem, but trim can really add up. It's not cheap, so I just feel like I like the texture, I like the look of the fabric, and it's just fun for me. All right, let's go ahead and get this tied. I'm going to shake this out real quick, just real quick before I tie that. Okay, now we are ready to tie. Now, my tie string here it's pretty long, so I'm definitely going to have to trim it, but that comes later. This is not a super puffy puff top, but it is a puff top. And I want to make sure I get it close enough to the top so I get my small puff. There we go. Okay, now before I tighten that all the way, and I'm going to hold this in both hands, or I'm going to hold both of these in one hand, but before I tighten it all the way, I want to take a look, and if there's anything I need to tug on to make it sit right, now is the time to do that. So I can see like this one sort of looks out of place. So let me see if I can find that and pull on that. It seems to be elusive. Which one is it? That sometimes happens too. It's hard to find the one. So yeah, just go ahead and tug these. And the point is to just make this look the way that you want it to look. I don't know how else to sort of describe what I'm doing here. You just do it until the top of it looks pleasing to your eye. There it is, I found it. Okay. Now, I feel like that looks pretty good, and I think I'm ready to tighten this up. And I'm wondering if I should have my tie in the center. Let me scooch it over just a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's more centered now. And now I'm going to go ahead and tighten that up. Now, once it's tight, you can still tug on the fibers, but it's not as easy. So before I double knot it, if there's any of them that I want to pull on a little bit, now would be the time for me to do that. Okay, I think that looks great. So now I'm going to just tighten this one more time, and now I'm going to double knot it. Now, I just had an idea because I do have so much of this to play with. I've never done this on a tassel before, but I actually could put a little bow here. Let's see. I need to do it upside down, otherwise my bows come out wrong. I don't know why. So let me do this and like this. I'd want it to be tiny, because I don't want it to sort of like fold over and drape. But this could be super cute. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to double knot that because otherwise, fairly certain it'll come undone. Hopefully I've made it long enough. Yeah, we are good. That's cute. Okay. Now, what I want to do is open up this bow part to make it a little bit more wide. See if I can do that. And now you may be asking, well, what are you going to do with those beads? Well, we are going to go ahead and thread the beads onto the fabric, right? And I think it's just going to be so cute. Now, I do have a little trick for that. There's a couple of different things that you can use. You can use jewelry wire. This is actually dental floss for people that have braces. Let me just show you what we're going to do here. Start with a black one. And then you can just pull this like this. And you've got your first bead on there. We're going to bring this down just a little bit. So let's go ahead and add a few beads to this strand here of fabric. And it makes such quick work of it when you use a threader like this. We're going to call it a threader. I don't know what it is, but we're going to call it a threader. Now these beads have a nice big hole in them. I probably could twist my fabric and get it up there. If you didn't have any sort of threader or something like this, you could probably use hold on just one sec, guys. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing next. You know what? Let's do 3. Let's do 3 beads. So if you didn't have a threader, you could probably use something small to sort of, maybe a pokey tool, to push the fabric through if you wanted to. Thinking that would work. All right, so now I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have to do a double knot here at the bottom, just to make sure it's fat enough to hold the bead. I mean, that's pretty good, but if somebody tugged on that, it might come undone. So let's go ahead and just make another knot. And that way, there's no way that that bead is coming off of there. And then we'll pull these down and look at that. So I'm going to go ahead and add several more of those, some on the front, some on the back, and then I will show it to you when I'm all finished. All right, friends, I want to show this to you. I want to make sure I mention again that everything that I used today, I will link in my description box. And there's a coupon code in my description box that you can use if you choose to get any of these items. All right, check this out. It's so stinking cute. We got our lobster claw clasp. We got our black and white gingham bow. I was able to attach, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to string this through these beads. The holes on these are just a little bit smaller than the round beads. Let me show you. But I was able to, and let me tell you how I did that, just in case you come across that. Instead of having your thread up here, have it way closer to the bottom, and it's less bulk that it has to pull through. So I was able to do that, super happy with it. So both of the bow strands here have the little cow faces, which I think is just so precious. Then when we look through our tassel, we have the beads. Look at them. I put some in the middle, I put some on the sides, I put some in the back, and I'm in love with this. Let me shake this out. Let's have a notice here that the bottom, let's pull this up, is not even. So let's go ahead and trim that up. Now, a lot of times I will gather my tassel like this and just cut right across the bottom, right? And you can do that. That is not a problem at all. But what I'm going to do for this one, because I really, really love the way that it looks, I'm going to just pick them one by one and snip them. So let's say this is similar to cutting hair. And so let's pick one where we like the length of it. Okay, it's got to be longer than where the beads are hanging, because there's a knot here. So let's use this one sort of as a guide. I also do like to cut it a little bit of an angle. Let me get a better pair of scissors. Let's use these. All right, so we're going to try this on for size. I'm going to see if I can cut them all about that size. They don't need to be exact, okay? I don't want you to overthink it. It's kind of nice if they're not all exactly perfect, just sort of in the ballpark, right? And then it sort of sits more naturally if it's like that. So we're going to do an initial run through with the scissors, and then we'll just have a look and see. We'll shake it out. It's really important to shake it out because, believe it or not, when you do that, you'll find some that you missed the first time. And also turn it over. Let's turn it over on its back, and let's have a little look-see. So these seem a little bit long. So let's just take a little bit more off of that take a little bit off of this one too. But otherwise, I think it's looking pretty good. I'm going to shake it one more time. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then, of course, I'll hang it up. Geez, look at these. Still kind of hanging out there. That's funny. So then I'll hang it up, and we will... Don't want that to be too short. I'll look at it once it's hanging, okay? All right. Ooh, let me, this just has an ugly bottom, so let me just fix that so it looks a little bit cleaner. Okay, looking good. All right, I'm going to hang this up so you guys can see a picture of it hanging.
Friends, I hope you like this tassel as much as I do, and I want to thank Panda Hall for collaborating with me. Thanks for watching. See you soon.